I got a big goddamn problem with the news. You ready for this? The news is completely manipulated. Everything you hear every single day is designed by corporate media to do one thing and one thing only. To keep you living in fear.
Oh, fear?
Total fear. Fear so you'll go out and you'll spend money on things. Things you probably don't even need. Things you probably already have 6 of, so that their advertisers will keep buying ads on their stations. I'll tell you one more thing. You ready for this? I'll do this all day, man.
There is a high level of mind control going on in this world. It is extraordinary. And as Gilad said earlier, actually, you don't have to be smart. I'm definitely not the smartest guy in terms of like being able to retain information and whatnot. I know people that can read a book and they know the book, inside out. That's not the way it works for me. But once you actually regain your capacity to think, this big brain that we have, and actually there's a reason why we have a brain this size, it actually can perform pretty remarkably if you actually get the ability to use it back. For me, the most beautiful thing that ever happened to me was a trauma. This trauma put me in the position where ultimately I radically shifted the way I saw the world. It would be the height of arrogance to think that because somehow I've become aware of some things that previously I was oblivious to, that everyone else should in concert, in synchronicity, automatically start the same process of awakening that I'm on. That's my path, it's my pace, it's unique to me. And again, it would be arrogant to expect someone else to actually join me as much as I might like it. The fact is that we're all on a journey and we all have a different pace.
My favorite subject of detox, for one, is plant-based diet. That's the first one. I can't stress that enough. I cannot stress that enough. Getting on a plant-based diet will clean your body automatically. Whatever toxins you have in your body, plants that God gave us, that grow from the earth, Mother Earth, will cleanse you. So anything that does not come from Mother Earth, that does not grow out of the earth, is toxic, poisonous. You're not meant to consume it. We're only meant to consume what Mother Earth gives us, and that's plants. So fruits, vegetables, particularly, those will naturally balance your pH. You will naturally get rid of acidity in your body. They will naturally alkalize your body and correct your DNA naturally on their own, just by doing that, eating right. So that's the first one. The second one is water. They poisoned our water. They put in all these things. I've not had fluoridated water in 2 years. I cook with it. I drink it. In fact, if I drink tap water, I get sick. I get ill now. I can't drink tap water anymore. My body rejects it straight away. So I can't stress that enough. Get a distiller if you can, or if you can find a way of distilling water. Distill your water. Make sure you get rid of the toxins, and that as well will decalcify your pineal gland, particularly in your brain. It will help regulate your acidity in your body, etc., etc. The other one is iodine. Himalayan pink salt. So that is the best source of iodine. So I use Himalayan pink salt with everything, and it's fantastic stuff. That will just balance your iodine levels and everything else. People ask about iron. I did a video recently where a doctor explains the difference between heme iron and non-heme iron. So there are good ions and there are bad ions. So iron found in meat and in milk and dairy is not good. That's bad iron. It's excess iron, and that does damage to your body. And iron found in certain plants and vegetables is good iron. You need that iron. You don't want to be deficient of that iron. So that is important. Iron is good. I'm not saying, when I say get rid of toxic ions, I'm not saying have no iron in your body. You need iron, but you need the correct ions and also the correct amount of iron. Too much is bad, too little is good. If you're eating vegetables, the vegetables will regulate that for you naturally. It will do it automatically. Meat can't. The other one is cannabis. Believe it or not. Cannabis is a great source of detoxification. It cleanses it unlocks certain things in your DNA. In fact, human beings, we have something called an endocannabinoid system, right? Exactly the same as the cannabis plant. So cannabis has got the same DNA code as human beings. You can research this, I'm not making it up. It's the only plant on earth that shares the same DNA code as humans. Now, I think there's something in that. So when you ingest cannabis, when you eat it, when you rub with it, I'm not talking about smoking it and getting high and abusing it. It's what a lot of people are doing, unfortunately. They abuse it, so they're not being virtuous. So there must be a level of responsibility and being wise about going about it. It's not about abusing it and getting high all the time. It's about using it in the natural, in a good way. Cleanse yourself, detoxify. So you can smoke it, and if you get a high from it, great. Just don't abuse it. You can rub it on. You can create oils with coconut oil. Rub it on your body. You can ingest it. You can drink it. All kinds of things you can do with it. There are ways of getting the benefits of cannabis without getting high as well. There are ways of getting THC and CBD into your system without getting high. For those of you who don't like that feeling of getting high, you don't have to get high. So cannabis is very, very good, and this is why they've demonized cannabis for a very, very long time. There was a time when cannabis was openly used, not so long ago, pre-World War I. Cannabis was used as official medicine before pharmaceuticals, before opiates. All medicines were cannabis-based. The first car ever built was built with hemp, which is a form of is a part of the cannabis family. There's hemp milk. You can make all kinds of things from hemp. Hemp clothes. You can build with hemp. Hemp houses. So this stuff is extremely powerful, and this plant can change the world. If it's used wisely. And I think the elites know that. We're shifting ages, which is why there's a big push to legalize cannabis, because people are waking up to this and they want to control it. So if they legalize it, they put tariffs, they tax it, they control how this cannabis is being used, where it's being used, they can make money from it, and plus still in prison, even though it's meant to be freeing us, this thing called cannabis. So yeah, those would be my top for me. Plant-based diet, distilled water, iodine, through Himalayan salt, and cannabis.